Hello, phenomenal women. We're on. Hi, how's everybody doing? Love seeing you after a long time. I hope everybody had a good summer and a great start to the weekend. And today is very, very special, exclusive for you, only phenomenal women. I know lots of things are going around the world. It's crazy, like stuff like not pleasant stuff happening in Palestine, and our heart and prayers goes to all our brothers and sisters there, and lots of craziness going around the world. And today is super exclusive because I don't want you to like say like, oh, I feel bad, like what can we do about it. Like, I want you to develop this mindset for you and for your loved ones. And today I picked this topic because I am a mom and I have two wonderful kids. Now they are not kids any longer. I have 22 years old daughter and I have a 17-year-old son. So I know that no matter how successful you want to be, no matter what success you're achieving in your world, you always want to see them happy. You always want to raise confident youth. And I said today is going to be a special event in order to help you. What are tools you can use effective now to raise confident youth? What mistakes did you do unintentionally? Because I got this question from Nanny and I'm going to answer it for you, sweetheart. Like she said, like what possibly we have done wrong that is affecting or impacting our relationship with our kids. And this is what I'm the kind of question I'm going to answer. I got another question and I got some questions on the DM. So I'm going to just dive into it. I appreciate your time, and we're going to spend together like around 45 minutes, and I'll be answering your questions if you have any questions to ask me while we are on this very special live. So let's start how this started. Like most moms, like I want my kid to be like really really confident. I want him to be a leader. I want him I want him to be like you always want him to be something, right? And I was conducting a leadership workshop in Egypt when I visited, and I had another one in Canada, like actually a couple more in Canada. And they were with corporate, and they wanted me to talk about raising confident leaders. And my question was for everybody attending was like, okay, guys, how about you? Because kids never learn by instructing them, and they never learn by telling them what to do or lecturing them. In fact, they feel bored when you do that, and they would start putting their ears, like their fingers in their ears by the time they are 14, because nobody loves lecturing. See yourself, do you love somebody to lecture you and tell you, do this, you're doing this wrong all the time? You will just shut down from them, you will leave them, you're not going to listen to them. You'll find a safe spot with other people who are more tolerant and more patient to listen to you, and to they are not going to judge you. This is the key word, judging others. So how about, like I said, like I always say it in all my leadership training, like it has to start with you, because when you model, kids or youth or your employees, they learn by you model for them. You don't instruct people and tell them, this is what you need to do, this is what you have to do. How many of you honestly here like know what they have to do and they don't take action? Be honest on it. Like eating late at night, and you know this is not right, and this is not going to be burnt easily, and it can accumulate fats in your body, and still you do it, right? How many know that like reading is good for your mind and you never read? How many? Like, so it's not about the knowledge. There is a difference between knowing and knowing about. So when you are, for example, attending, watching videos, reading books, you are gathering information. And when you are gathering, I'm just going to turn on the comments in case those who are attending live will have questions, because I'm going to I want to see the questions. I'm going to put them on display and I'm going to answer them for you. Okay. This is my promise for you today. So people do not learn, as I said, by lecturing. They learn by modeling. And like to answer you, Nanny, like what has happened? It all started between the moment of conception, and by conception I mean the moment the baby was dropped, the sperm was dropped in the uterus. This is the moment of conception. So anything, anything that's going on in the environment, like any talks between you and your spouse, your partner, any movies you're watching at this time, any events happening outside, the kid, and like when you were even like just a tiny, like 1 centimeter, you are gathering your information from 0 to 7 or 8. From 0 to 7 or 8. So you are like a sponge. Why? We have like two parts in our mind, subconscious and conscious. Subconscious, it means we do not know what's going on there. That's why it's called sub. You cannot see it and you're not sure what's going on there, but it's already programmed. Okay. So, and there is the conscious part. While from 0 to 7, the conscious part is not yet formed. So anything that's happening, your mom and dad fighting over money, there is a war happening, the kids who are born during the pandemic, the kids who are born during the incidents in Palestine, the kids who are born like around the time like when Russia invaded Ukraine, like anything which is happening in the outside is gonna shape the programming of your baby. They are already being programmed, and they never learn by like what you tell them to do. They don't listen. They absorb what you do. They absorb what you do, and they see you. They just copy. You model for them. So if you want them to be confident, ask yourself this honest question. And sometimes it's brutal to face yourself, like say, am I really confident? Like answer it. Like right now, I encourage you, if you're attending live with me here, I will encourage you to have a pen and paper and to start writing. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to give you tools. I'm going to answer your questions. So, as I mentioned, this is an exclusive event for you ladies today to help you raise confident leaders and in order to have better communication with your kids, because nothing is like troublesome for parents than losing communication with their kids, than having the kids shut themselves in the room and they do not want to talk to you, or they prefer to be in their own world on their mobile and text, and they do not like even while eating dinner. This is like, I mean, this really disheartens parents. And I know because I'm a parent, guys, so I know I'm telling you from experience, and I'm just going to share with you like tools as I mentioned, and this is my promise to you today. Okay, so I hope everybody's having good time. So I want you to write first question for you. Grab a pen and paper, please. Am I confident? Am I really demonstrating confidence for my kids? And this may be like, don't judge yourself, just be I want you to be an objective observer to what you are doing. A very good tool in order to decide if the level of your confidence, I hope you're taking down notes because I want you to apply. If you are just listening to me, you are going to gather information, and gathering information doesn't help. That's why you see people with PhDs, with the best diplomas in the world, and they have inferior results and superior knowledge. So it doesn't mean that they know it, because our schools taught us read, remember, repeat. Our schools taught us how to become employees, 9 to 5 job, 8 to 3 school time, 2 days weekend. Like they did not show you how to think. We only learned thinking through math, science, English. Like this was a minimal part, but thinking is way something different. And the study showed that 98% of the population are not thinking. So don't bother about what other think of you, because they are not even thinking. And this is studies, guys. So only 2% think, the guys who have the vision, who have a dream, who have goals, who set like a dream, a mission for the company, a mission for my family, a mission like this is what we live by. These are our standards. These are the guys who have missions. 2%. 3% think they think, but they are not thinking. They are just regenerate, like spitting the past and talking about it over and over and over, and they expect different results. Nothing's going to happen. I'm telling you, if you start your day thinking about yesterday, it will be a replica of yesterday and nothing is going to happen. Okay. And 95% of the population would rather die than think. This is a statistics which is worldwide, is not restricted to any country, it's not restricted to any race, religion, whatever. It is a human thing. Okay. So whenever you say like what other will think of me, don't worry because they are not thinking. Okay. So don't stop telling your kids like what other think of them. What matters honestly is what you think of you. So for you moms who are attending live with me here today, so I'm saying hi and a big heart to you. I want you to do something. This is a hands-on exercise. So I want you to write like during 2 weekdays. Weekdays is from for me here like Western world is like Monday to Friday. For you guys, like everyone is different. Some people have Fridays off. Some people work on Fridays in other countries. So you decide. So you have 5 working days. I want you to spot 2 days in a row, like for example, Monday and Tuesday. Okay. And one weekend day, like Saturday or Friday or Sunday. Okay. On these 3 days, this is what you're going to do. You're going to watch what you are telling yourself. Okay. So write this down. Are you telling yourself that was stupid what I said? Why did I do that? I am like, I'm dumb. Oh, they will never listen to me. Just like I'm giving you ideas and to start your like, steering the pot and you get more like keep the fluid going. Okay, guys? So, well, he doesn't care about me. Well, they never listen to me. He will amount to nothing. Like, I mean, I want you to watch your thoughts. This is step number one. If you don't do this step, nothing is going to happen. Okay. I'm very honest with you, and it's not hard. How you do that? Every half an hour, like in the day, in your day, like you're awake 8 hours, 10 hours a day, every half an hour, like check on you. What is my dominant thought now? You will be amazed. You will be amazed what you are telling yourself, because this is what decides the results you have in your relationship with your kids, in your income level, in your level of happiness, in respect with others. Like, I want you to do this, and I'm really asking you to do it if you really want to see results. So 2 week days and 1 week, and you're spotting what you are telling you about you. So how many times you may like you will be like, oh my god, I'm all the day telling myself I'm stupid, I'm fat, look at my tummy, look at my like I don't have the money, I don't like I'm always broke, I whatever I have I spend it immediately. Please spot, this is important, and I really mean it. This is step one. If you do this, guys, then we can talk, and I can, like this is the very first tool, like what you can do about it. Because why I'm asking you to do this, and today we're talking about confident leaders. Your self-talk is the criteria in which you put yourself in, and you set like how confident you are, how successful you are. It's like a thermostat. Is like, the thermostat govern the temperature in the house. If I leave the door of the house open by mistake, and the temperature in the house will drop all of a sudden, then I first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check the thermostat, and then I will find the door open, and when I close it, the thermostat will go up to where it was adjusted, which is like say 21 degrees, 22 degrees, whatever. And it won't go to 24, 25. Why? Because it is set only to 21 or 22, unless I change the thermostat degree. So your kids and you, the results you get are a direct reflection of your thermostat. Okay, it's like you have a thermostat, and which is governing all the results in your life. And you can never, if you want to write this down, you can never ever outperform your self image. You can never ever outperform your self image. What do I mean by the word self image? I'm gonna, like, today we have like less than an hour together, and I said like I'm gonna answer the question before I leave you, but I'm gonna have like 3 days fully on this by the end of the month. It's gonna be an event which is free. If you want to sign up, all you have to do, just send me a link or say like, Rasha, here is my name, or in the comments on Facebook. I cannot see you right now because like I don't see any comments. I want you to just like say like, Rasha, this is me, please send me the link, I'm interested. That's all you have to do, and it's free. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a gift as well that will enhance your self-talk to yourself, that I use it with my high-end clients, and it creates amazing results. Okay, guys, so this is step number one for you. You watch. Why am I gonna watch my Rasha? I want to know how to raise confidence. But why are you talking about me? Because they are modeling. And thoughts are things, meaning they have measured them. Like thoughts have density, and they measure them with special tools. And even in the 1930s, there is a Russian scientist who initiated a certain way of taking photos. He was called Samuel Kernlin, and what he did, he was taking photos of people. The body wouldn't appear, like your feature, your face, nothing of this will come. What will come is a kind of radiation around you, a kind of an aura around you, which has different colors. It depends on your state of mind. So if you are very angry, this color will be a certain color. It will be a different color around you. If you are a calm, confident person, it's a different color. If you are stressed and frustrated, it's a different color. So, like, and every second you shed 50,000 cells of your body, and they photograph that. So when you are walking in your house and your kids are passing by, or you are at work and you're passing by other employees and you're working together in the same area, these cells that shed away from your body, they are shedding away from them, and you kind of become one. Like you absorb it, you absorb theirs, and they absorb yours. Like it's a big one. And when you are walking on the street, like as well, like you're shedding, they're shedding. Once we cross, like again, like there is something common. That's why when we see something which is like disheartening, like somebody get killed or an accident or a dog hit by a car on the road of the side, like, we all feel like sad because we're one. So this is important. So when you are in your house, angry, mad at your spouse, mad at your colleagues at work, whatever, your kids, you are sending thoughts. If Samuel take a photo of you, this photo will have a certain color, and your kids are absorbing this. They are like a sponge, specifically between 0 and 7, and some people would go up to 0 to 9. Okay, sorry. So, what this is why it's very important to check on the thermostat of how you feel and what is going on inside you. And the tool I gave you in the beginning about monitoring yourself 3 days will give you an idea what's going on. Some people are very impatient, like they are like, okay, tell me what's going on. And like, for example, I have seen that myself, and I work with many people, so I see it. And you are talking to the kid and you're thinking about what's going to happen next, and like what other, like what's the next, like, okay, we're wasting the day is gonna end now. Oh, we wasted the day. Like there is not, like, okay, you're stressing them, and you are a stressed person and passing this over to them. So the result is, when we are, for example, let me ask you, if I am right now driving my car, heading towards a certain destination, and I am like, I can't wait to reach the place. I want to go, and I'm focused on the road. I want to reach the place. I want to reach the place. Okay. What's gonna happen? Yes, I'm focused on my destination. I have to be focused on destination. That's correct. But I am missing everything which is happening around me. There are other, like, there must be maybe beautiful scenes around. Maybe like there is somebody who's smiling at you, and you're not even, like, you're just like focused. You see people on the road and on the street, like people are like, and you're like, if you smile, like some people will smile back, these are aware, thank God. Some people are mostly like, they are in their head. They are listening to the story they tell themselves. They are listening to their, like, what like, and they repeat stuff to themselves, and they believe it, and it becomes them. First you make your beliefs, guy, and then your belief makes you. But the sad truth is that right now, maybe you are in your 40s, in your 50s, in your 60s, in your 20s, I don't care how old you are, but you are living your life, as we talked about the thermostat in the beginning, which is like in control of how you feel. Like, yeah, I just don't see your name. Put your name. Yes, true. Yes, I agree. Like, I'm gonna put your comment here in honoring you for attending live with me, but I don't know your name, so you better tell me who you are. Okay. So and then you feel like you're talking to someone, like maybe your kid will come and talk to you, and you are somewhere else. You're in the office, you're focusing on the client you had an issue with, like, think about what you're gonna do next. So you're missing the now. You are missing the present moment, which is not gonna come back again. So, like, any second, guys, there is something which we all underestimate. Your time is the most valuable. Hello, yeah, Rehab, lovely having you. So, the most valuable asset we all have and underestimate is your time. When you give your time to someone, it's not gonna come back, and it's priceless because it's your life. So when I say, like, for example, I left work and I'm staying with my kids, I'm taking care of them, but my mind is fully occupied with negative ideas about myself and about them, and I'm judging them. They're not like their cousins. My spouse didn't do that. Like, he's a loser. And like all these thoughts, even if you don't verbalize them, they absorb it and they programmed with it. They get it. And it affects how they feel, affects their mental state. Okay, so I always say it all starts with you. I don't mean to say that to be harsh on you, not at all. I'm like you. Like 12 years ago, I wasn't the person I'm talking to you right now. I wouldn't be my friend 12 years ago. I wouldn't love to do that. But like, I mean, like, people have the potential. We have the potential to change. We are not like, we are God's highest form of creation, and we have the potential to choose what we want to be and how we want to live. Like, these are stuff I'm gonna go deeper into on the 3 days we're gonna meet. If you want to join us, I will be happy to have you. But I can't, like, today I'm focusing honestly on raising confident youth, what happens to them, and what tools you can use in order to fix what's damaged. All right, so number one, you're gonna start with you. Number two, I'm going to ask you another question. So, first question, we're talking about your level of confidence and how to know how confident you are through spotting yourself on 3 different days and writing it down. So, every half an hour, you take a breath and you say, like, okay, what thoughts did I have? Like, what I'm thinking or what I'm saying about myself. Oh my God, at the end of the day, I want you to send me after the 3 days. Well, here, sorry. Uh, 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 Missing the now. Oh, so I see. So when you miss the now, you are not living. You know what I mean? Like, when we miss the now, we are not living because everything is happening now. Even the future will happen in the now at that time. You see what I mean? But like, if you're missing on the now, you are so anxious and you're enjoying nothing. And you cannot make good connection with your kids or with others because you're always like, you're listening to answer. You are blah 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 that fast. It doesn't help any relationship because when somebody, for example, your kids, when they come and they did something which is not the best, or they have a problem or whatever, why they shut down from telling you what's wrong with them? Why do you think so? Because they know if they tell you, they will get criticized, they will get ridiculed, they will get sarcasm. So then they will shut themselves from you. They don't feel that you are a safe ground for them to confide in and to talk to you because you are so judging them. And if you are so judging you, then you are definitely judging everybody else. Okay, so this is why that exercise, if you do it, you will know what I'm talking about, but you won't know until you do it. Okay, gathering information is not going to change your life, doing the work is going to change your life. All right, so this is one of the things, like, why kids like shut down. I talked before, guys, about like what breaks any relationship and breaks trust in a relationship, and I'm gonna say it to you again. There are three main things. If you're doing any of them or doing the three of them, and if you are doing it to others, you're most probably doing it to yourself. Number one, criticism. Number two, sarcasm. Number three, comparing. Comparing is, so have you ever compared yourself to others and come even? This is the biggest mistake you can do to yourself, because when you compare yourself, sorry, like, let me go here. When you compare yourself to others, you will never get even, and it's like an insult to you. It's like an insult to the creator, because you are his highest form of creation. What else do you need? So as I said, for example, I always use this example with my clients as well when I explain to them, if I have a seed for apples and I plant it in the ground, I'm gonna develop an apple tree. If I have seeds for watermelon, I'm gonna like grow a watermelon. If I have a plant a seed for a carrot, okay, then I'm gonna have carrots, right? There is no chance that I'm gonna, sorry guys, that I am gonna plant, for example, like a seed for an orange tree and I'm gonna get apples. Nothing is gonna happen like this. And all these seeds have no free will, right? So they are locked in, like the seed is locked in if it's in the right environment to grow to be an apple tree, or to grow to be an acorn, or to grow to be like like a watermelon, whatever. They cannot change that, but you can. The problem with people, they do not achieve or live the life, a fulfilled life, is that one day it's an apple and then the other day it doesn't work. Let's try a watermelon and then let's try a banana tree, you know? So they never stick with it. Why? Because they are afraid to fail, and they are afraid of other people criticism. And as I said, if you think about others, 98% of the population are not even thinking. So you are putting your dreams away. And I encourage you to encourage your kids to dream big, and not to feel scared, or like tell them when they tell you about something that they love, oh, you're not going to make money off this is not a job. Well, they could be born entrepreneurs. They have, like, the people who lead the world are not even like drop out from high school. So like I like, so come on guys, let them have their vision. You don't own them. They came through you, but you don't own them. You respect them. They are spirit like you. They are human beings. They have a will, they have desires, they have dreams. Don't put sand on their fire in order to tell them this is okay and this is not okay. And if this has been done to you as a kid, well, anybody, like, if you want to write this down, please write it down. Anybody who told you cannot do anything, this is not an expression of your potential. Your potential is unlimited. This is an expression of their own limitations, and they have spelled you with it, like they poured a spell on you, and you accepted the idea. Usually, we accepted our limitations from adult figures in our life, like our teachers, our parents, our coaches, like somebody who meant for us something. Whatever they said for us, they were like God, like whatever they say is the truth. That's not true. I remember very well, like, I studied an author and Catherine Lanigan. And this girl took scholarship in. You can apply this to your kids, and like you will, and relate to yourself, and write to me. Relate if you relate. She was fabulous at writing. She was like a genius at writing. And to the extent that in high school she graduated, she wrote the play for the high school graduation performance. And she got a scholarship in order to study in the university, based on that she's an A writer. Like, she's a genius, and she loves writing, and she has, like, she always writes and store them in big boxes on top of her closet. And she's always getting straight A's. And one day, there was a professor from Harvard University visiting her university, and he gave them a lecture. And then he said, like, I want you to write me an essay on a certain topic. He gave them the topic and the time and everything. And when Catherine handed him the paper, he gave her a D, like she's failing. And she went and talked to him, like, how come, like, I even got into this university because I'm really good at writing. I am a scholarship student. Like, he's, and like, giving me this D, I'm gonna lose the scholarship. Like, my parents cannot afford the university, and I'm here, like, because of it. So he said, like, well, your writing really sucks. For her, that was an authority figure from Harvard University, a well reputable institution. Okay. And he said, like, okay, I'm gonna give you a C and let you pass on one condition, that you change your major from writing to something else, whatever, behavioral psychology or whatever it is. And you know what, she agreed, because she wanted to keep her scholarship, and she wanted to graduate university. So she changed her major, which she was brilliant as, based on what an authority figure told her. She believed that, she let it in. Anything which is stopping you guys is a limitation or a belief that you absorbed from somebody else who hasn't even succeeded that big in his life, right? So the first thing she went, when she went home, is that she went to find the box which has all her stories, and she burned them and threw the box away, and she never wrote again. Okay, time forward, after 17 years, 1 7, 10 and 7. She was in Mexico, and there was a group of people shooting a movie, and there was the director and the writers of the script. And she went there and said, "Guys, really, I admire what you do. I always wanted to be an author or a script writer." And the director there said, like, "You're lying." She said, "Excuse me." He said, like, "Yeah, if you wanted something, you would have done it." He said, "I'll give you a chance. I want you to write me a script and send it to me in the coming over the coming month, and I'm gonna give you an honest feedback on it, whether it's gonna work or you're not really, you really suck or you really are good." She said, "Okay." So she did write a script, she sent it to him. This script, guys, became a movie. Like, it was a script for a movie, and it was featured by Michael Douglas, and it's an old movie. I think it's The Jewel of the Nile. And she wrote, like, after that, like around 47 stories, and the three of them were major movies that like succeeded big. But I'm telling you this story because your kid can be shut down by an adult figure who tells him, "This is not for you. This is not for you. You cannot do it." This is expressing his ignorance, whoever is telling them that, because in believing their own limitation, they are projecting it to your kids. Okay. So if you like, they need only one person to believe in them, and it could be you. Like, major successful people succeeded because their mom supported them. Another story, like I shared before with you guys, and I would love to share it because it goes with the context of today. A scientist, and he was American, and he got like, I think it's Swedish American, I believe so. And he earned like 47 awards for his inventions and paperwork and whatever. And he had an interview, and he said, like, "This is really notable, like 47 awards for you. How come? How did you do that?" He said, like, "It's all because of my mom." And how is that? Because he said when he was 2 years old, he opened the fridge and he had grabbed a bottle of milk, glass bottle of milk, and his hands were very little. So he spilled the milk all over the floor. His mom has just cleaned the kitchen. I want to ask you, what would you do if your son, like, just damaged all the cleanliness that you have done? Most of you will shout, will yield, will punish them, whatever. She said, "Well, we have a failed experiment here. Little hands trying to hold a big bottle, but that's okay. As long as the mess is done, I want you to have fun and to puddle in it." Like, she took off his shoes and he kept on like playing, and he was like, splashing with the milk. It's so much fun. It's like he's diving in the milk, he's having fun. After he played a little while, she said, like, "Okay, now the damage, you did the damage, and that's fine. Let's now go to the backyard, grab a bucket of water, and I'll give you, like, would you know how to clean it? Like, would you like to help me clean it with using a towel, tissue, paper?" I mean, she gave him the options how to clean it. She did not criticize him or shout at him. So he learned. He said, "I learned that failure, or like, doing mistakes, is okay. Like it's part of the process." And he was a huge success. Like, it's all because of his mom. Well, I'm not saying this to make you feel bad if you have blamed your kids or criticized them or compared them or shout at them. It all, again, as I said, starts with you. Are there tools you can do in order to have better relationship with them, even now if they are already beyond teenagers, even they are now getting older and they stop listening to you, or you feel like they shut down a little bit? Definitely you can, yeah. But first you have to open space in your heart. First you have to work on yourself. That's why I love working with women, because when she works on herself, the results are amazing, not only for her, but for her whole family and for her work. They expand. I see people change their yearly income to their monthly income. I have seen people who were told by their ex-husband that she's gonna be like sweeping floors, and she will be hungry because he left her, and she became like a major success and had her own like job, and she's following her career. And like, I have seen this stuff happening. I have seen people who were not able to make eye contact with me, they became the top people in their companies, and they are awarded on an international level. So it all starts within, when you work on you. And this is honestly what I'm gonna go through over the 3 days. I'm gonna have it for free towards the end of the month, and those who are gonna attend will have major transformation in them. I hope you're enjoying what we are doing now, and I'm gonna answer like other questions that I got today for you. And meanwhile, because you are attending live, if you have a question you want to post it, I will answer it for you. Okay. Like give me a thumb up or say like I'm like how do you find it interesting? Like say I like it, love it, put a heart, put whatever. Let me know. I love interaction when I'm talking to audience like yourself. So that would be great if you do that. And well, one of the questions I got, how can, like, I'm gonna read the question exactly so I answer her word by word. Okay, that was from, this question came to me, 1 second, ladies. Put my glasses on. uh, okay, so what did we do in order for my kids now to feel comfortable talking to me now? And well, as I said, like, as I mentioned, I think I answered that question already. Like I said, like, it's criticism, lots of criticism. They don't feel it's safe talking to you and being sarcastic. Some people like think they are funny when they are just like making everybody laugh at the expense of their kid. Not supporting them, for example, when school calls you and there is a problem and he has or she has done something which is not right, you always support them. Well, how do we believe then? Oh yeah, we're gonna go deeper into that on the 3 days. I hope you sign up for that. Let me know if you are interested, and we go, because we don't have the time to go over this right now. It's gonna take like us. I'm gonna talk about over 3 days. So this is the good time to join us live. So as I said, I hope this answer, I think I answered part of your question. What can you do? I want you to, I'll send you resources. The person who sent me the question, I'm send you resources because I want you to take like a true analytical, honest view of what you do. Are you criticizing? Like you can, like the exercise I told you to watch your thoughts for over 3 days. I want you to monitor. The exercise will help you to monitor, like, do I criticize them? Do I am I sarcastic? Do I compare them? And you watch yourself these three really brutal habits if you are doing it during the day. But in the beginning I said start with yourself, because if you're doing it yourself, you are unintentionally and subconsciously, without knowing, doing it and passing it to your kids. Okay, so judging, criticizing, comparing, and this is why I want you to watch your thoughts and write it down on paper. You don't do it verbally, it's not going to work. If you do it in your mind, it's not going to work. You have to do it in writing. Okay. So this is what happened. And this is, as I said, like, it always starts with you. So they absorb, they're like a sponge, and they model the behavior. If you have a daughter, some people tell me like, my daughter is very angry, and she's like, okay, I encourage people who have kids who have anger issues to put them in a sport and not in an intense, put them in an intensive sport so that they vent out their anger. Okay. Boxing, rugby, box lacrosse, football, like something that they get this energy out of them in a positive way. So I highly, highly recommend, for if you have kids with anger issues, to put them in an intense sport. Okay. But like, you have to talk to them and say like, what sport would you like to pick? I mean, don't force it on them, but I recommend that they do that. If it's not what they picked, is not really intense, respect their wish, but they must have some kind of sport. Because one of the tools I give my clients in order to vent out their anger, because I posted as well for you today a reel about anger. I cannot have orange, press it, and get apple. I cannot have apple and have watermelon. Like, when people, it doesn't matter, it's your mom, your spouse, your kid who has triggered you, whatever comes out has always been there. Is the anger stored in you? They did not create the anger for you. You have it built up. It's built up resentment over years. One of the very effective tools, and some people really do it over a month if they need to, they write down letters. For example, usually you can start with your parents, and with one of them, like whoever you feel like mostly hurt from. Maybe you had neglect from your dad. Maybe you had like a mom who was really busy working and never listened to you. Maybe you had a mom who was really hard on you. Whatever it is, like, I highly recommend that you do write a letter and to say it all. like vent your anger. Don't be polite when venting your anger. Like, I mean, like, say it all, because it's stored in you. When what's stored in you will attract the same to you in your life, and you did not go over it. So well, it's like when, you know, when the water become really turbulent and become black, when there are lots of waves and lots of dirt come to the surface, and then after a couple of days you find the water becomes really clean. So this is the part where you're gonna maybe face the dark past, where you did not want to face it. I'm not saying this, by the way, for you to dwell and stay there. I'm telling you how to get it out of you. Some kids are, it's not easy for them to express in writing. They don't want to write. So I think sports is wonderful. And I am gonna as well tell you about the total truth process in our 3 days coming, about how to get out the anger, because emotions come in layers. Under the anger there is always fear, under the fear there are wants, and then there were like you wanted them to act in a different way. For example, somebody who hit you as a kid, like you can say like, you son of a gun, you shouldn't hit me, you're my dad, you should take care of me, like I feel love now, you made me scared, I'm scared of you, instead of loving you, like and say it all, like say it in a letter. It's not helpful if you go and say to your parents, maybe they are not alive now, or maybe it will create more aggravation, or maybe they are not ready to listen to you. But write these letters and burn them after that. Okay, most importantly, after writing you burn them and throw them away, so you get this out of you. It's not stored any longer in you. This is a very powerful tool. If you want to apply it, it will get you results. Okay, so usually under the anger there is fear, because we like when your parents were shouting at you as a kid, like how did you do that, blah blah blah, they were scared that something bad would happen to you. Okay, so there is fear. They did not express their fear. Okay, because they could say like, okay, after shouting at you, they could have said like, I was scared you're gonna die, I can't imagine my life without you, you deserve to live and have a long life and to be prosperous, and I cannot imagine my life without seeing you growing, and I love you, and I didn't mean to hurt you, but I really, really love you, and I want you always in my life. So this total process we're gonna go through it, as I said, in the 3 days. But imagine if you said this way to your kid instead of just shouting. People mostly do the shouting and then done. And they leave the kid damaged, and they send him to the room and go think about what you did wrong. And what he did was not congenial or the best. So they focus on the bad, so the bad increases in the life, and it's not going to help them to grow or to be confident. Okay, so I hope this answers this question. And tracking yourself, guys, to know your patterns is key. Okay, so another question, like, okay, how to deal with toxic people if they are loved ones? Okay, I got this question before, and I get it a lot from people. And I want you to ask yourself, what is in me that is attracting this toxic behavior from this person? Because some people are very nice with certain people, and then they would change. So what's the energy in me? We are energetic being. We're spiritual being. We have energies inside us. So am I having lack of self-worth? Like I don't feel I'm deserving and worthy of respect? Am I full of this, like judging others, so others are judging me? Because like toxic is as well is a label you put on them. For example, like people when they start working on themselves and getting into self-development, and they think like in a couple of months I can teach the world. This is not gonna happen. It takes a long time. It's a process, and the more you grow, the more you can help others in an authentic way, not just lecturing them and giving them whatever. This is why like I consider the investment in myself I made, and I still make in myself, to develop my mindset, is the best thing I ever did. Anything that I own is going to go to someone else when I die. Like this is ipso facto. But like I am going to be with myself anywhere all the time. So if I'm not really loving myself and taking care of her 24/7, I'm not saying this to bluff or to show off. Like I was in a really bad space, like 12 years ago. It was a really dark spot for me, but I decided I'm not gonna stay there, and I did all the work that my mentors gave me. No matter how hard it was, no matter how much it cost, it's nothing compared to the results I got in my life. Nothing, like nothing. Okay, so because we attract what we are. We attract what we are. So this aggressive behavior that you may find from others, well, is there, to put it simple for you and for you when you want to explain it as well to your kids, because this is specifically about raising confident youth. When they are like The Rock, The Rock, the actor who is really, really gigantic, he's really big, right? I always say, do you imagine somebody slapping him while he's walking on the street? Everybody would laugh and say, definitely no. Why? Because he walks with he has inside him the belief built in, and you feel it in his energy. I'm strong. Nobody can dare mess with me. People who get bullied, if your kid is getting bullied in school, it is because he doesn't feel full of himself. He feel like a lack of self-confidence. So other people, I call them like these bullies, we call them bullies, because they sense it, they can smell the smell of this fear, and they are gonna be bullying him. And if you understand the psychology of bullying, people who bully others, to make it easy when you want to explain it to your kid, you tell them it's like the seesaw. The seesaw, there is somebody who has to sit down and the other come up. So these people feel really bad about themselves. And critical people are the people who hate themselves the most, and they are full of self-criticism. So they cannot give you except criticism, right? So when you are on a seesaw, one goes up, one goes down. This is the game. The bully usually feels really bad about himself. Like he has no self respect, he has no self love. Okay. And he is lacking love and asking for attention. So, in order to feel good about himself, he would want always to be up. So, he would always put you down so he feels he's up. And great people are not people who put people down in order for them to rise up or to feel better about themselves. Like great people help others. They believe in helping others. We do grow. Okay. So this is important for your kids to understand. When does the bully, on when will he stop bullying him? When your son or your daughter stand up for them. Okay. How does that come up? With building the self-confidence. How does that start? By you modeling that, not teaching them. How does that start? By you working on you. If you want to learn more about that, I highly recommend you attend with us the 3 coming days. They are life changing. They changed lots of people's lives, and people who were like really continued and took it like, this is, I'm committed to my success. I have had enough. I do not need somebody else to tell me what to do. I don't want to live in mediocrity. I deserve better. I am worthy of more. I really encourage you to attend with us. Okay. I think I just answered like most of the questions, because I, as well, when I was talking to you guys, I put in the answers for you. You will have the replay available for you here. I, again, like if you want to DM me with private questions for you, or you want to talk to me one on one, you can book 15 minutes call, and I can tell you, like, give you advice about it. And the people who send me questions, I will as well, I highly recommend you attend with us like by the end of the month. I will declare it by tomorrow at max. So hopefully, in order to start, you start with you. Track yourself 3 days. Track yourself if you have one of these patterns: criticism, sarcasm, comparing, because these are the 3 things which will make your kids run away from you. And actually, anyone would run away from you and did not want to speak to you about it. Okay. So do the writing and the burning if you feel, because it's not gonna end well when you go and tell the person like, you did this, you son of a gun, whatever. It's not gonna end well. So you do it in writing and you burn it and get it out of you. Okay. Thank you so much, whoever was able to tune in with us, and hopefully see most of you with us in the 3 days live training. It will be life transforming, and it's gonna be free with bonus given as well to those who attend live with me. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and thank you, and stay safe. Bye, guys.